Hello, everybody. This is BScat100, and welcome back to some more BlazBlue Calamity Trigger Reconstruction. In the previous episode, we had met back up with Ragna as he made his way through Orient Town, and we had a run-in with Tao, uh, and made our way to Kaka Village. And just before the episode ended, Ragna was attacked by something in the secret passageway leading up to the higher levels of Kagutsuchi. Not to mention, at the beginning of the episode, we saw Hazama doing something, and it looks like there was some sort of altar on the roof of the building, but we don't get any more information on that for a while. In this episode, we switch back over to Noel's perspective to find out what she's been up to. So, let's get on that. If you like what you see, leave a like down below. Comment if you have anything to say. Subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can join in on this adventure. Noel lets out yet another sigh as she trudges through the city. She's found no trace of Jin's whereabouts. The NOL badge on her chest doesn't exactly endear her to the lower residents of Kagutsuchi. Their glares and silence haven't made Noel's job any easier. Her shoulders slump. How could they not?
I still haven't found any information about Major Kisaragi.
A few times... Oh, I am not starting this now. For fuck's sake, I took a nap before recording. A few times she's mustered up the courage to question the locals. All they've wanted to talk about was Ragna the Blood Edge, who made his way through this area not too long ago.
The Grim Reaper. I'm sure he's really scary, but if I encounter him, I should probably arrest him, right? You're okay, Noel. Just relax. There's no reason you can't apprehend him by yourself. Wait a second. Wasn't that... I'd better chase him.
This is TR-0009 Tager. Come in.
What's your status?
I'm done searching this section. The area around the NOL branch will be more difficult, though. They've doubled the number of guards on duty for some reason.
It's critical that you plant all the devices on time. Get it done, Tager. Wet work it if you have to.
Roger that, Kokonoi. Resuming mission.
You! Freeze!
What's going on? Have you been compromised?
A Praetorian guard from the library seems to have caught me, red-handed.
Terminate that transmission right now! And hands where I can see them!
Understood.
You! You're that red devil from Sector 7, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
The NOL elevated Kagutsuchi's threat level to D. That means rival organizations by law must halt all activity. It's illegal for you to be here right now. Please leave at once.
Sorry, little girl, but we don't take orders from the library.
Then, I'm gonna have to force you to leave.
It seems as though we've reached an impasse. I cannot leave, and you cannot permit me to stay.
Well, let's settle this with a battle. Good art. I'm going to be saying that through most of this game. And the art just keeps getting better.
Level 1. Action.
Ready?
Not quite. Hold on.
You're no match for me. Eat this. Ready? Eat this.
Ha! That's cool. If you actually manage to whatchamacallit. If you actually manage to... Oh, Jesus. Don't mess around. Don't mess around. Keep going. If you actually manage to taunt, you immediately get a full heat gauge. That is what I was trying to say. was it again? See. Ah, I swear to God, I'm gonna get this to work. Even if I have to use combined
I let my
keyboard
guard
and
down on account of your being a little
controller.
Girl. Wait, my sensors are going haywire.
If you leave Kagutsuchi right now, I'll pretend this never happened. Otherwise, I'll have to take you into well, custody. Why am I so lightheaded? I can't.
Hey, what's the matter? Get a hold of yourself.
Some weird shit's afoot.
Kokonoi, you caught all that?
Of course I did. I don't need an active transmission going to see what you see, remember? As for the girl, I think she just overdid it with whatever strange power she was packing.
An Ars Magus, you mean? Those guns of hers were rather strange, now that you mention it.
Understatement of the year. They're Nox Nictoris.
The legendary weapons forged during the Dark War? But I've heard that only 10 of them were ever made.
That was Bulwark you just got a taste of. A Nox Nictoris grants its user immense power. But ain't nothing in this world for free. It screws with their head. Her fighting you just now probably bad touched her brain.
So, in other words, she lost consciousness from extreme fatigue.
Sure, if you want to say it like a graphic calculator. Why the hell do you go easy on her just 'cause she's a girl? You ever pull that shit on me, you're gonna regret it. Now back to work.
Roger that. My GPS lists a doctor's office not far from here. I'm sure Kokonoi won't mind if I just drop the girl off there, will she?
Where am I? Noel's prone body felt as light as a feather, and her consciousness hazy. Everything around her was white as far as the eye could see. It was so lonely in the empty whiteness. Noel lifted her arm and felt like a stranger's limb. She turned her head and noticed a blurry figure at her side.
Huh? What's the matter?
Are you going somewhere? Brother, wait.
I'm not going anywhere. I said I was gonna stick by your side, and I mean it.
I remember.
How's your fever? Forehead's still pretty hot.
Your hand. It's so nice and cool.
Oh yeah? Anyhow, you should get some more rest if you want to get better.
Okay.
He laid his hand atop her feverish brow. Noel breathed slowly. Noel's eyelids grew heavy. She falls into an irresistible slumber. But in that last moment before her consciousness left, she heard the boy's voice.
Sweet dreams, Saya.
Noel awakens to the faint scent of disinfectants.
Where am I?
She finds herself lying in an unfamiliar bed, in an equally unfamiliar room. She feels groggy, fresh out of her dream. Perhaps she's dreaming still.
Was that a dream? But why did I call that boy my brother? I've never had a brother. His hands, they were so soft and gentle.
Oh, are you awake?
Huh?
How are you feeling? Any dizziness or nausea?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Excuse me, but who are you?
Right. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I'm Litchi Ling. You're in my clinic here in Orientown. As for you, You're an NOL soldier, right?
Lieutenant Noel Vermillion, Novus Orbis Librarium 4th Thaumaturgist Squadron, sir. I mean, ma'am.
I'd faint too if I had to rattle off all that. The gentleman who brought you in said you'd passed out all of a sudden. I was worried, but you seem fine now.
Passed out? That's right. I was fighting the Red Devil from Sector 7, and then I got all dizzy, and then
Well, figures some kind civilian must have seen her badge and carried her to the doctor's office out of a sense of civic duty.
You had a few scrapes and bruises, courtesy of your sudden rendezvous with the ground. But the real issue is your extreme fatigue. That's why you fainted. Why don't you rest here for a little while until you're feeling up to speed,
Thank you so much for the offer, but I'm actually on assignment right now. I should get back to it.
Let me see you out then. I actually need to run a couple of errands myself. On second thought, do you mind waiting here a few minutes longer? I don't want to leave the place empty, and my assistant should be back any moment now.
Dr. Fei Ling, are you in?
See? Like clockwork. Welcome back, Linois.
I picked up everything on your list. Oh, looks like she finally woke up, huh?
Finally?
Lieutenant, this is my assistant, Linois. It'd be a bear to run this place without her help.
Noel Vermillion, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I know you just stepped in the door, Linois, but do you think you could be a dear and hold down the fort while I'm out? I need to run some errands. The first of which is getting the lieutenant here back to work.
Sure. Are you going to the Kaka village again?
There's a place called Kaka?
Yes, indeed. Even further down the mountain than Orient Town.
Speaking of which, Doc, I saw Tao Kaka when I was out shopping. She was riding on some strange man's shoulders as he ran down the street. I don't think she saw me, but I sure saw her.
That's odd behavior, even by Tao standards.
I only caught a glimpse of him, but he had white hair and a red jacket. It was pretty snazzy.
White hair? And a red jacket? That's what Ragna was wearing, according to the dossier. Could it have been him?
This smart dresser a friend of yours, Lieutenant?
Huh? No, I mean, I don't know him personally, but you didn't happen to see which way they went, did you?
Looked like they were making a beeline for the Kaka village.
So if I go there, I'll encounter Ragna the Blood Edge. And if Ragna's really there, who's to say Major Kisaragi might not show up too? Pardon me, but can I join you on your trip, Doctor?
What? Oh, I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Please, it's very important that I get there.
Why should Dr. Litchi go out of her way to help the library?
This is something that didn't really occur to me the first time, but Linois' sudden shift in attitude is a little too sudden. It's like she's being all friendly with the lieutenant, like chatty, and then like immediately, bam! I hate you because you're part of the library, the NOL, whatever it is. I don't know. It just seems a little strange to me. Anyway, back to the void. No, we're not. Linois glares at Noel, her eyes gone cold. This is the same look Noel had felt earlier, walking through Kagutsuchi. It hadn't felt good then, and it still doesn't now.
You guys live at the tops of the cities, and don't give a crap about anybody below. Probably don't even consider us humans. Am I right?
That's not...
Those bags look heavy, Linois. Why don't you put that medicine away?
Yes, Doctor. Right away.
Noel trudges out of the room, bags of medicine in tow. Litchi watches the girl leave, her gaze gentle. When she turns to Noel once her assistant is out of earshot.
I'm sorry about that, Lieutenant. She's been through a lot.
Oh,
Let me make it up to you by escorting you to the village.
really?
Yes, but you have to promise me that no harm will come to the Kaka.
Understood.
In that case, shall we be off?
Goodbye.
All right, the medicine's put away. Guess I should start on dinner. Huh?
Pardon me, is Dr. Fei Ling in? It's our boss. He's...
Huh? Please, try to calm down, all of you. My goodness. Bang, what on earth happened to you?
I blinked, my fair girl, and was undone in an instant. Where... Where is Miss Litchi?
Oh, you just missed her. She's out on an errand. Probably won't be back for a while.
How can this be? Ah, such is my fate, to depart this cruel world without one last glimpse of her wondrous eyes.
Very subtle.
Boss! Don't leave us behind!
No!
Stop yelling. You're going to hyperventilate. Look, it's not as bad as all that. When you're done shrieking, let's take him to Dr. Han's place. What happened to you anyway?
I can't rightly say.
It was Jin Kisaragi from the library. He showed up in our village out of nowhere, and the boss, he challenged him in the name of love and justice. And then... Hero of Ikaru got my ass! Damn him!
He was in Ronin Gai? So, basically, you're saying you lost to him. Right, Bang?
Ow! Sudden pain in chest! Pins and needles! Pins and needles!
Oh, good lord! It's worse than I thought! Come on, guys. We need to get him to Dr. Han's office. Stat!
I really like the facial expressions in this game. Just in Linhua. Noel follows Litchi to the ramshackle bunch of buildings far below Orientown. Orientown, not Orientown. What stands out the most to Noel is what's missing: sunlight. The structures on the high levels cast shadows across the entire village. It's only dusk, but this place is as black as midnight.
I never knew a place like this existed.
Hierarchical city planning leads to issues like this more often than you'd think. But this one is a little unique.
Unique. Uh-huh.
Hey, ya booby lady!
Hello there, Tao. I see you're as energetic as ever.
Yup! Tao's full of hissin' vinegar! Meow! Ho-ho! You brought a stranger with you! I know what I must do! What are you doing? Gosh! My hands have never felt anything so flat! So utterly two-dimensional! Feels bad, meow!
Flat? First you grope me and then you judge me? How rude! Not that flat. Sure, compared to hers, they're kind of lacking, but...
Oh! Perfecta meowndo! I'm gonna call you Lacking Lady!
Lacking lady? You are gonna call me no such thing!
I need to talk to the village chief about a few things, Lieutenant. Can you keep yourself busy for a bit?
Oh, sure. I'll just look around. Maybe I'll find the person I'm looking for.
All right, but be careful. It's easy to get lost around here. Or twist an ankle. Oh, I know! Tao, why don't you show your new friend around the village?
Good idea, booby lady! Meow! Just leave it to Tao!
Thanks, but I feel bad troubling you. I am on an NOL mission, after all. I can manage.
I see. Well, if that's how you feel.
Tao doesn't get to play tour guide?
I'll look around by myself. Thank you very much, though.
Aw, there goes Lacking Lady, meow.
Let's head over to the village elder's place, shall we? I have to be getting back to my clinic soon.
Yeah! Let's go, let's go! She always has the tastiest snacks!
God, I can't wait for the game where Noel can get over the size of her chest and actually get some sort of character development. Noel parts ways with Litchi and Kaka and begins to explore Kaka Village by her lonesome. She thought Orient Town was confusing, but that was nothing compared to here. It's easy to see how one could get lost. Noel tries to stick to the edge of the village and choose paths with at least a tiny bit of light shining on them.
The Kaka. I've heard of such a race, but I never knew they were so strange. They're like humans, but not like humans too.
Noel's feet slow to a halt, as they generally do when she thinks really hard.
Huh? Why did I just stop?
A weird prickling sensation fills Noel's chest. Her ears are filled with the sound of many light footsteps rushing towards her.
Looky! Another new person! I like new personses.
Oh! Could you little guys be Kaka kittens?
Kaka kittens. That's us. Are you a grown-up, Miss Human Lady Person?
Yes, I guess that I am. My name is Lieutenant Noel Vermillion. You probably don't know what a lieutenant is, do you?
Blue denim? Is it a tasty thing? Hey, lady! Hey, lady! Come play with us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't really have the time to play right now. Whoa! Wait, what are you doing?
Meow! Is this the front or the back? You're pretty flat, huh, Blue Denim?
No, wait! Stop! Stop! No, don't climb on me! I'm really sensitive.
The other grown-up was way more grown-up. Yeah, a billion feet tall. And his hair was really pokey.
Huh? Did another stranger come to the village earlier?
Yep. He's Big Tao's friend, right? Uh-huh, 'cause he smelled like food.
Do you happen to remember his name?
He had spiky white hair. And he was bigger than Tao, even. And his jacket was super duper red. And his face, it looked like this.
All at once, the kittens grabbed their chubby little faces and smooshed them into Ragna-esque scowls and squints. At any other time, Noel would be struck blind by the overwhelming cuteness of it all. Right now, though, all she can do is think about the man the kittens are trying to portray.
Do you know which way that person went?
No. He and Tao and the Elder were talking about big people stuff.
The Elder?
Want to meet her? She's really neat. Yeah, we'll show you the way.
Whoa, hey, stop pulling on me!
Oh, Elder! The booby lady's here to see you!
How have you been?
Ah, Litchi, I'm so glad you could come.
It's been too long, I know. You're looking healthy as ever, though.
Oh, at my age, there's not much more the world can do to you. But it's sweet of you to say. So, to what do we owe the visit?
I've come to report my progress on the research you requested, as well as to share my thoughts on the matter.
Meow! You guys are gonna use a bunch of words Tao doesn't know, huh?
Stop fussing, Sourpuss. You'll need to understand all this someday, Tao. So put your bottom in that chair and perk up your ears.
Here, this is the most current summary of my findings.
Meow.
As you know, the birth rate of males among the Kaka clan is very low, and the village's population has never exceeded 100. There's no reason to think that will change in the near future. The Kakas are all biological weapons. The 100-member limit is part of your makeup. Also, if the population dips below 100, your species is designed to reproduce asexually until that number's been reached again.
I see. With so few males and with that limit set on us. I suppose we are fated to extinction.
Not necessarily. You were designed to maintain racial equilibrium. So unless all 100 of you fall victim to some catastrophe and die at the same time, I think you'll be okay.
That's great on paper, Litchi. But our population has slowly been dwindling. You won't find 100 of us in the village, I guarantee. We'll keep dying off until only one remains. Which is fine, in a sense. A caca is a caca. Our time will eventually come.
But Elder...
Over here! Over here!
Huh? Are you sure it's okay just to barge in?
Yeah, don't sweat it.
Excuse me?
Noel stumbles up to the doorway, propelled by the spastic kittens. But just as she's about to step inside, she hears the sound of conversation within.
In the end, we were nothing more than biological weapons cooked up during the Dark War, eh? Well, it finally makes sense why we felt so aimless during all these years of peace.
Biological weapons? Cooked up?
Though minor variations crop up from individual to individual, it's clear you've all been cloned from the same single organism. As is the case with all biologically homogeneous creatures, a drastic change in the environment could potentially wipe you all out. I think we can reduce the risk, however, through genetic alteration.
Haven't we broken enough laws of nature already just by existing? Gods forgive us. We were never meant to be in the first place.
Never meant to be? The cacas are... weapons? What's this sudden chill down my spine? My chest feels so heavy.
Is someone out there?
I was just...
Lacking lady, are you done with your walk, meow? She wanted to talk to the elder. Yeah, so we brought her over.
What's the matter, Lieutenant? You're white as a sheet.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a bit strange.
The seether is thick down here, little girl. It can be rough on outsiders. So, you wanted to see me? Meow?
The man with the red jacket and white hair who passed through here earlier. I need to know which way he headed. Please.
Red jacket and white hair? Are you talking about the man on those wanted posters all over town?
Yes, Ragna the Blood Edge. The Grim Reaper.
Well, he wasn't grim so much as grumpy, but a man was here before who fit that description.
I knew it! Did he say where he was going?
He wasn't too chatty, but I think he said something about the 5th District.
That's where I'm supposed to meet Hazama. This is perfect. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Lieutenant, wait!
He didn't say anything about the 5th District, at least when we were talking about it.
Gone already? Lacking lady is fast.
You totally just lied to that girl, didn't you?
But the Elder knows what she's doing.
You know me too well, my dear. Who knows? Maybe a little wild goose chase will do her good.
Let me guess.
Tao put him through a fair bit of trouble, like she does. Letting him use the secret passageway was the least I could do.
In that case, thank you for not telling the lieutenant the truth. If the NOL find him, it's going to be bad. For all of Kagutsuchi.
Speaking of, there's something that's been bothering me, Litchi. Ragna, was it? The boy with the bounty on his head. There's something strange about him.
Strange how?
There was a power in him. It reminded me of the Azure.
The Azure? I have to hurry. He's probably closing in on Ragna as we speak.
My head's full. Can Tao be excused?
I'm sorry, Tao. I'll explain later. Elder, please excuse me, but I have to go.
Be careful out there, Litchi.
We'll pick up here next time. I promise we'll find a solution, Elder.
You know where to find me.
Bye-bye, Tao.
Oh, Tao's had a crazy day. Meow.
Everyone has a duty that they must fulfill. I've already found a solution, Litchi, but you're not going to like it. I'm the last of the first generation Kakas cloned from Mitsuyoshi's genes. I've been safeguarding the Kakas in our history all this time. And we've already served our purpose. Long, long ago.
Bye, Elder. Nice to know you. By the time Noel makes it back up to the 5th district, the sky's gone dark. Streetlights illuminate her path. Noel looks up at the gigantic clock by the harbor. It's way past 6 o'clock when she was supposed to have met up with Hazama. She looks around but sees no sign of either Hazama or Ragna.
Why can't I find the captain at a time like this? Ragna could be right around the corner.
Noel drifts back to her meeting place, puzzled and vexed. A man in a port worker's uniform spots her and hesitantly makes his way over.
Begging your pardon, but are you Lieutenant Vermillion?
Oh, yes. Why do you ask?
I have a message for you from Captain Hazama.
A message? From the captain?
The plans have changed. Report to the NOL branch ASAP. That's all he said.
The NOL branch? All right then. Thank you for letting me know.
The worker bowed slightly and returned to his task.
What could have happened to change the plans? I'd better hurry.
Something feels wrong. Does it have to do with what Noel heard at the Kaka village earlier? She takes in deep lungfuls of cold air, trying to forget the apprehension pressing down on her. She mustered up the courage to head for the Kagutsuchi library. And things are picking up fast. But we end it off for today. In the next episode, we switch back to Ragna's perspective to find out what happened to him, and probably meet up with Litchi as well, as she is heading in that same direction. So, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.